I'm Nando Rodriguez, your breakthrough coach, and today it's all about women entrepreneurs, their ideas of success and failure. Because if you didn't know, now you do. As an entrepreneur, especially when you're just starting out, there's hope, there's vision, there's that being naive about the whole journey. And that's a beautiful thing because it means you're running on possibility of basically what you're capable of, right? It's like leaving a 3-year-old in a white room with a ton of markers. And in about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe less, I don't know children, I have a bossy Shih Tzu named Leona who's Instagram famous, but in a matter of minutes, that blank canvas will be filled with who knows what. Flying broccoli on unicorns, orange lopsided circles, lots of yellow specks. For some reason, kids love yellow specks. I don't know. And to that child, it's just freedom of expression. There were no constraints. There wasn't a script running in the head saying, you're doing it wrong, do it this way. Nothing was guiding his art, just passion. But for us, no way. Little Bobby just created freely and ended up with a wall full of what in his mind were horses, but in reality were elongated brown shapes of poop. I want you to be as free as Bobby. I want nothing more than for you to create elongated brown shapes of poop. But something has restricted that freedom for you as an entrepreneur, and it's 3 things. And in today's video, I will give you those 3 things restricting you as an entrepreneur, and I will also give you the antidote. Okay, so now I sound like a Disney villain, but stay with me. So are you ready to dive in? Give me a thumbs up and let's go. Oh, and by the way, I'm throwing in a mind-blowing fact to you, so stay tuned until the end. I'm not kidding. You're gonna wanna tweet me, Instagram me, everything just to discuss it, and I'm here for it. What's restricting your success as a powerful, strong, brilliant entrepreneur? Number 1, your vision of success sucks. I remember doing my first workshop as a breakthrough coach. It was last year. And a friend of mine was gracious enough. Now, you hear that imposter syndrome speaking? That's a lack of recognizing what I brought to the table. My friend was gracious enough to let me take over 2 hours of her quarterly staff meeting. I was nervous and I prepared for weeks and I doubted myself up until the moment I walked into the room, up until I left the session. I walked out defeated and just ready to call it quits. Can any of you relate? Claiming total defeat on something you prepared so hard for? Let me know in the comments. So a friend of mine called me up a few minutes later and I was sulking at Bryant Park. And he was so excited for me and he asked me the dreaded question, how did it go? And for the next 10 minutes, I gave him the highlight reel of everything that went wrong. And soon enough, my excited and enthusiastic friend had gone from a 10 to a 1 and enthused for life. And then he snapped himself out of it and he said to me, you know, you should really go celebrate because it was your first time and we're always hard on ourselves. Then he quickly hung up and probably went to go call his therapist. Later that week, I was on a call with my coach and he asked me about a different situation. A call I was leading with 8 people who were accountable for 56 people. How did it go? And I went into a negative tailspin and he stopped me. Nando, did you have an agenda? Well, yes. Did you get through the agenda? Well, yes. Well, what else would have made it a success? Well, that they understood all the directions and the actions that they needed to take for the week. Well, did you get that accomplished? Well, yes. How do you know? Well, because a few of them had some questions and we clarified it and everyone acknowledged we were all on the same page. Okay, so what else would have made it successful? People had fun. Well, did they? Yeah, I guess so. How do you know? Oh, because at one point, Paul said something super funny. We thought he had said something else, and then it turned out to be this big mistake, and the whole team just erupted in laughter. It was really, really fun. And then he said, well, Nando, it sounds like it was a successful call. What are you whining about? And it became super clear. I don't create measures of success before the thing. And then the thing happens, and I'm all caught up in, well, that sucked. But how do I know? What I quickly saw was, just like in my first workshop, I didn't have clear indicators of success. So how exactly did I know it was a failure then? And how many of you are just doing and doing and doing and posting and posting and posting, and yet have no clear indicators of success for your efforts? Then you throw a little nasty pity party for yourself and you woe is me all night long. I've been there, I've done that. So your vision of success sucks because you aren't creating measures of success, clear data-driven measures. The second thing restricting your success as an entrepreneur is comparison. Comparison is not only the killer of joy, it makes you suck even more as an entrepreneur. Here's how. People have different starting points, and that's just so. So it shouldn't even be a thing to compare your business journey to another. It shouldn't be a thing to compare you or me. There's so much uniqueness between the two of us. Yes, we may be in similar fields and creating similar gadgets, widgets, and sockets, but to full out compare me to you, no, it doesn't work. Don't spend your energy there. Do you want to know where to spend it though? Success leaves clues, so look there. That's where you can spend a lot of time digging around, study your competition, learn from them, take their course. But to compare yourself will only deepen the resolve of why you're not good enough, imposter syndrome trait, and it's based on something you can't possibly solve. The third thing restricting your success is going by feelings. Your feelings are the most unreliable things on the planet to a certain degree. My feelings after my bombed workshop at first were failure, give it up, hang it up, you're a loser, you're horrible. And as I sat there at Bryant Park, sulking in my entrepreneur sadness, if someone would have walked over to me and handed me a briefcase filled with $1 million, would I have stopped the sulking? Hell yeah. Feelings change. If a Kardashian, except for Rob, sorry man, were to have come up to me and asked me for directions to the nearest McDonald's and invited me to a limited time McRib lunch, do you think I would have replied, sorry, Chloe, because we all know it would be Chloe. I must remain here. Can you not smell the entrepreneur failure on me? And she would have replied, oh, I thought it was just your cologne. No, I would have jumped at the opportunity to hang with Chloe Money. And then she would have signed me on to be the official breakthrough coach for her show, Revenge Body. And then we would have had a day filled with shopping and laughing and drinking milkshakes and eating gluten-free marshmallows. You see, feelings change. Feelings change. Before we go on any further, do you love or do you love the Kardashians? Leave me a comment and let me know. Your feelings change on a dime. You cannot base your impact, influence, or income just on your feelings triggered by negative thoughts. And here's what that mind-blowing fact comes into play. We humans have anywhere from 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. And according to some research, as many as 98% of them are exactly the same as we had the day before. Even more significant, 80% of our thoughts are negative. So 80% are negative and 98% are repetitive. And this leads me to today's Nandoism. Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise, so I am changing myself. If this video made a difference for you, you made a new discovery, you learned something about yourself, then share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you know when the next one is out. And talking about change, let's make a shift together inside your business. Set up a call with me right now to discuss how I can help with the 98% of repetitive thoughts keeping you from creating unlimited income. But first, let's deal with the 80% of negative thoughts impacting you as an entrepreneur. So go fill out my coaching application and someone from my team will reach out to you within 48 hours. Let's just do this. Just jump on it. Stop thinking about it. You know you want me as your coach. I'm Nando Rodriguez, your breakthrough coach. And remember, I'm here empowering you to create unlimited impact, influence, and income.